And welcome to our homecoming special. This is Tiger TV, and I'm Griffin Price. 2 weeks ago, Fleetwood held a bunch of different activities to celebrate the annual homecoming. We had a full day of events on Friday the 27th, including activities at the high school during the day, and the parade, and bonfire that night. There was also the annual homecoming game, which is held on both Saturday and Sunday. And now onto the homecoming events. The hallways are decorated each year by every grade with a theme that was selected by a class vote. Here's Mark with more.
The homecoming hallways were decorated as they are every year in the high school, and they divided the hallways into 4 sections. Funky freshmen took their hallway back to the swinging 60s, complete with flowers and a Volkswagen bus. This year, they won the hallway portion of the homecoming festivities. Superstar sophomores put all of the red carpet and Hollywood glam into their hallway, including many movie posters, film awards, and lots of popcorn. They came in 3rd place this year. The Jungle Juniors took us on a safari complete with many animals, which included a giraffe, a tiger, and an elephant. With all of their wild creativity, they took 2nd place. The Seussical Seniors, with themes from many of Dr. Seuss's books, took us on a journey through Horton Hears a Who, How the Grinch Stole Christmas, and of course, The Cat in the Hat. Despite their efforts, they came in last place. As usual, the homecoming hallways are a fun way for students to kick off the homecoming festivities here at Fleetwood. Reporting for Tiger TV News, I'm Mark Anthony.
Thank you, Mark. The variety show was the first of many homecoming events hosted on Friday the 27th. Here's Trevor with more of the kickoff event.
On Friday, September 27th, Fleetwood held its annual class variety show in the auditorium. During this variety show, each class performed for the audience and were judged based on their performance. The freshman class started off the show having students of the freshman class represent different sports that are offered at Fleetwood. These sports included soccer, volleyball, and golf. The freshmen ended their performance with a variety of flips and dances representing their funky theme. The sophomores were up next, also giving light to Fleetwood's athletics by performing their own news skit. Next was the teachers' variety show where they performed the hit song Old Town Road by Lil Nas X featuring Billy Ray Cyrus.
We started rehearsing the week before as a group. The entire number of teachers that you saw up on stage, none of us were ever all together at one time. But I rehearsed with various teachers 4 times. So 2 times the week before the show and twice the week of the show.
After this, the juniors had a very lively performance that included bananas, monkeys, volleyball, and lots of dancing. Finally, the last performance was the senior class, in which the seniors performed various TikTok-styled videos. They ended this performance by performing the Cup song, in which Sydney Schaefer provided vocals. At the end of all the performances, it was announced that the sophomore class had won the competition.
So basically, we just got everyone together like a couple days before, and we had this idea of walking down the aisle, and we kind of just did that. It was kind of because the superstar aspect, because we wanted to do celebrities, so that's basically what we did.
The variety show was a huge success for all the people that were involved. Everyone seemed to enjoy this annual tradition, and it will be a staple for students to look forward to for years to come. Reporting for Tiger TV News, I'm Trevor Rentschler.
Thank you, Trevor. Following the variety show was the Fleetwood Voice, a singing competition based on the hit TV show. Here's me with more.
The 3rd annual Fleetwood Voice was held on September 27, 2019 as part of Fleetwood High School's homecoming activities. Modeled after the popular TV series, 2 competitors from each grade level were judged by 4 faculty members on their performances. These judges were Dr. Miller, Mr. Dreisbach, Ms. Carino, and Mrs. Lewis. First up were the freshmen. Emily Walbert played the piano, and Frankie Snyder provided vocals for a performance of Beyoncé's Halo, which had all 4 judges' chairs turned and the audience lighting up their phones. Then, a group of boys consisting of Ian Miller, Andrew Haas, Colin Snyder, Dan Kishbaugh, and Angela Gagema performed Neil Diamond's Sweet Caroline, which also had all 4 chairs turned and the audience singing and clapping along.
We just, during freshman advisory, we went in the practice room, in the band room, to go over the songs and play it over and over and over again until we got the lyrics down.
Next up were the sophomores. Their first performer dropped out an hour and a half before the competition, and as a replacement, a group of sophomores came out to sing John Kingston's Beautiful Girls. The performance didn't go well, as they seemed to forget the lyrics and left the stage just a minute into the song. The only person to turn around was Dr. Miller, who said that he was left wanting for more. After them, Megan Bratley rocked the house with a performance of Macklemore and Ryan Lewis's Can't Hold Us, which had all 4 chairs turned and the audience participating as well.
It was fantastic. It was fun. It felt nice to represent my class, and it was fantastic to be up there on stage.
The juniors then came out swinging with Jared Bird's performance of another Neil Diamond song, Cracklin' Rosie. The audience seemed to love the song, as did the 4 judges who all turned around. The juniors were extremely supportive of their classmate. At the end of the song, they rushed the stage to congratulate him.
Well, I guess my whole life I've been singing like classic rock songs, and that song, I just found it. I just practiced it a couple times in the car with my mom, and that was it.
After this, a trio of Aaron Foley, Piper Beaton, and Julia Spanier performed Rick Astley's Never Gonna Give You Up, which got the audience excited and had all 4 chairs turn as well. And finally, the seniors pulled out all the stops, bringing back the 2 favorites from last year's competition. First up was Avery Millisock, who performed Michael Bublé's Lost. In a repeat of last year, this audience stood up and cheered, lit up their phones during the song, and all 4 chairs turned very quickly. And finally, the band consisting of Drew Hagenbotham, Chera Frederick, Nate Nargang, and Gavin Mitchell, now named Reality Check, gave another rockin' performance of the AC/DC song TNT. All 4 chairs turned, the seniors stood up, and everybody seemed to be having a good time.
I feel pretty good about our performance. We didn't have any technical difficulties like we have in the past. We just all around got it set up, and we really practiced for it this time.
The results for the competition was as follows. Seniors came in first, with freshmen in second, sophomores in third, and juniors in last place. As usual, everybody seemed to have a lot of fun watching the performances, and it was a good way to help kick off the homecoming festivities. Reporting for Tiger TV News, I'm Griffin Price.
Thank you, Griffin. After the indoor activities, the students went outdoors for the Powder Puff game, where the girls are the players and the boys show off their cheerleading skills. Here's Drew with more.
On September 27th, the Fleetwood Area High School held its 2019 homecoming Powder Puff game at the stadium. The whole school watched as girls from all grades competed against each other for the glory of winning homecoming. There were some great players out there that day who had a lot of potential. You'd see plays, kicks, and runs that really showed off great skills.
Who do you think's going to win Powder Puff? Oh, I think the seniors have it. They have years of experience coming into this game, and I think they'll pull it off.
It was clear to see that those girls weren't holding back anything. The girls weren't the only ones who gave it their all, though. The Powder Puff boys threw everything onto the table when it came to school spirit. They did crazy antics like doing pyramids, playing Duck Duck Goose, and even spelling out the initials FW. Those guys were just overflowing with school spirit that day.
Who do you think's going to win Powder Puff?
Bro, I gotta go sophomores. They're in my grade. I'm rooting for them.
Bro, seniors all the way, dude. Like, there's no shot the seniors aren't gonna win.
No, man.
In the end, the senior girls managed to win through their great efforts, but it wasn't easy. You could tell that the juniors weren't going to give the seniors the win. The truth is, though, there weren't any losers that day. Everyone proved during homecoming that Fleetwood truly does have school spirit. Reporting for Tiger TV, I'm Andrew Hagenbotham.
Thank you, Drew. Later that day, the parade was held, celebrating many sports and clubs' contribution to Fleetwood as a whole. Owen has more.
On September 27th, Fleetwood High School held its annual homecoming parade. This parade is put on to build support for the homecoming football game that is held the next day. This event is a very good way for people to come out and show support for our Tigers.
I think that the parade is a really good way for the community to come together and celebrate our town as a whole.
The parade included many floats from all different groups around Fleetwood. These groups include the girls' volleyball team, the high school and middle school football teams, girls' tennis, and many more. The floats were especially a big hit against younger kids due to many of the floats giving out candy.
I really enjoyed being able to give back to the community and see all the kids who were really happy to be there and get candy.
The parade is a very enjoyable event for people of all ages and a great way to show off Tiger pride. It is also a good transition for the main event of the night, the bonfire. Reporting for Tiger TV News, I'm Owen Long.
Thank you, Owen. Immediately after the parade was the bonfire, which was hosted at the Fleetwood Park with fundraising tents, food, and a live DJ. We go to Luke with more on the story.
The annual homecoming bonfire was held right after the parade on September 27, 2019, and was open to anyone who wanted to join in. The bonfire functions as a mini carnival with a few rides, food stands, and a DJ. They all lead up to the bonfire at the end of the night on the softball field.
Homecoming has been awesome! I think it's one of the best homecomings ever. We had beautiful weather, and now we ended with a smoothly running parade, so the events were great.
The rides that were there were the Fun Clinic, the Swinger, and the Zipper, along with a few mini-games such as the basketball area. There was also food, including an ice cream truck. The Party Bros provided the entertainment, playing songs throughout the night.
The bonfire is a very exciting time. You know, it's watching that huge pile of wood burn and everything like that, and feeling the heat. Every single year I look forward to it the entire day.
Around 8:45, the local fire department ignited the fire. Those who came seemed to have a great time after a long day of homecoming activities. Reporting for Tiger TV News, I'm Luke Gilbert.
Thank you, Luke. The final event of Fleetwood's homecoming celebration was the much-anticipated homecoming game between the Tigers and the Wyomissing Spartans. The game began on Saturday night, with the Spartans leading 21-0 at the half. At halftime, Mamadou Jallo was crowned as the homecoming king, and Michaela Kasky was crowned as the homecoming queen. Just as the game was set to begin again, it got delayed by lightning. The game then picked up the next day at 2 p.m. and the Tigers ended up losing 7-35. The total points for the homecoming activities went as follows. The seniors were in last place with 1,300 points. The juniors were in third with 1,405 points. And the sophomores were in second with 1,415 points. And the freshmen won with 1,455 points. And that's it for our Tiger TV Homecoming Special. We hope you enjoyed watching and enjoyed taking part in any of the events we covered. Stay tuned for our Halloween special, which we'll be releasing on All Hallows Eve. With that, I'm Griffin Price. We'll see you next time.